Hey guys, Todd here. Today we're going to install the heavy metal bull bar from N-FAB on our 2019 and up 6-lug Ram 1500. The tools I'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with extension and swivel and 17mm socket, a 5mm Allen wrench, a 13mm wrench, and a series of ratcheting wrenches. We've got an 8mm, 10mm, 13, 17, and 18mm. Now make sure you subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our latest content. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so if you have a light or lights that you're going to install into the bull bar, you want to do that first. So here is the top bar that the lights are going to install into. I'm going to flip this over so you guys can see down here we've got a series of slots and holes. That's made to accommodate a number of different types of lights, whether they be individuals or a full light bar. We're going to use the Havoc Blackout 20-inch light bar. I've already gone ahead and put the brackets on it. We're just going to slide it down into place. We're going to get it nice and centered, and I'm going to attach the hardware. All right, now we're ready to assemble the bull bar. Okay, I've got everything laid out. You're looking at everything upside down, and it's the back side of everything, but I've got it all laid out in the order where it's going to come together. This is the top bar we just assembled with the light bar inside of it. The sides are going to be a mirror image of each other. You're going to have the straight edge to the inside, and then the slots on the sides are going to be towards the bottom. So what we're going to do first is assemble all four of these pieces together loosely, just get the hardware finger tight. Okay, now you're going to notice we've got a couple of holes in the side and then a couple of holes in the base. Those are going to line up, and we've got some serrated flange bolts that are going to go through. We're going to line those holes up and put those together finger tight. On the opposite side, we're going to use a serrated flange nut. Get that finger tight and repeat the same on the opposite side. Okay, now to the top end of each of the sides, we're going to have a couple of holes. Then also on the top bar, we've got a couple of holes. Those are going to line up together, and we're going to use the included hardware. We've got an Allen head bolt with a washer. It's going to go through the top and then line up to the other hole. Use a serrated flange nut and attach that, and then do the same on the other side. All right, and now we're going to get that finger tight, repeat the same on the opposite side. Okay, now that we've got everything assembled loosely, we can still move things around, so we're going to get everything lined up. We're going to do the bottom first. So what I'm going to do is kind of push down to where this edge is parallel with this edge and nice and lined up. Make sure once it's lined up, you can go ahead and tighten everything down. Use a 13mm on each side. Repeat the same for the base on the opposite side. Next, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the top bar is lined up. Everything is nice and straight. And then we're going to tighten down. We've got a 13mm on this side. We're going to tighten down with a 5mm Allen wrench on this side. Now, once that serrated flange nut starts to bite down, it won't spin. So you can just tighten it down with the Allen. And repeat the same on the opposite side. Okay, now if your truck has front-facing sensors, you'll need to take the two center sensors out now and install them into your bull bar in these two smaller holes right up here. We also have provisions in the kit for that, including a sensor extension harness. We do not have front-facing sensors in our truck, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug those holes with the included caps. But if you do have front-facing sensors, just look at your instructions for those steps. Also, if you are going to be using a front-facing license plate, you can go ahead and install that now. You've got a bracket. It's going to line up to a couple holes down here. And then you're also going to have hardware, this self-locking hardware. All right, and get that adjusted to center and then lock it down. And that's if you're going to be using a front-facing license plate. Okay, next what we're going to do is assemble our brackets together. Now, this is basically a 3-piece bracket. What we're going to do, I've got the driver's side bracket, and you'll notice this is going to be a mirror image of the passenger side bracket. So what you're going to look for, you've got 2 holes here and 1 hole there. The 2 holes go to the top and the single hole goes to the bottom. This is actually going to face to the front, and this goes inside the vehicle, and it's going to jog to the left, where you're going to have these holes to the side that are kind of at an angle. What we're going to do first is we're going to take our recovery point. You're going to notice we got a hole here and 2 holes here. It's going to line up to these. We're going to slide it into the bracket, and it is a tight fit. So once you have that in, what we're going to do is take one of our supplied bolts. We're going to go through the bottom, and then take a nut and put that on there finger tight for right now. Now for the top 2 holes, what we're going to do is we're going to take our vertical portion of the bracket. You notice we've got 2 holes here. This needs to flag towards the inside of the vehicle. We're going to put it on this side of the bracket. We're going to take our 2 supplied bolts, go through, and then follow that up with the supplied nuts and put those on finger tight. And repeat the same process for the passenger side bracket, which is just a mirror image of this one. Okay, so now we're underneath the truck. Right here, this is an air curtain that would actually come down and make your truck more aerodynamic when you get up to a certain speed. It's not necessary to remove this, but it does make it easier and give you some more room. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. It also gives you guys a better view of what's going on. And that just requires a 10 millimeter to take these 2 bolts out and pull it off of its linkage arm. We're going to do this on this side and also on the passenger side. So let me go ahead and pull that off. All right, repeat the same for the passenger side and go ahead and pull the air curtain out of the way. Okay, now we're looking at the inside of the lower portion of the bumper. This right here is a plastic piece that just kind of pops into the bumper, and we've got a couple of fasteners that hold it in place up top. To take those fasteners off, we're going to need an 8 millimeter to take off the nut here and here. Then once those nuts are off, we can slide these bolts out. So let's go ahead and do that. See, all it really takes is just loosening that nut, and then this bolt can slide free. It just pops right out of its groove. Now that we've got both of the bolts out, there's a couple of tabs up at the top. We're going to push down on those tabs and then push this through the front. Repeat the same on the opposite side. Okay, now up here on the frame, we've got a body mount bolt that goes up through and attaches to the body of the truck. This bolt is about 1 foot long, but it's only threaded in up at the very top. What we need to do is pull this out using an 18 millimeter. Now, as a quick tech tip, it's a lot of times a good idea to hold a rag up underneath here as you're loosening up this bolt, because sometimes your frame cup up top will hold moisture, and as you loosen this up, a lot of times water will drip down. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but have your rag ready. Repeat the same for the opposite side. Okay, now we're back in front of the truck. You may notice we've got some tape up here. This is just to protect the front whenever we line up the bull bar in case something gets bumped. We don't want anything to get marred. Next, we've also got the opening that we just cleared open, so that way we can install the brackets. I've already installed the passenger side bracket. It installs the exact same way as the driver's side. Let me go ahead and show you how that works. Here is our driver's side bracket assembly. Again, we've got the vertical portion that comes up above our recovery point that flags towards the center of the vehicle, and this part goes up underneath the truck. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fish this through the front in this opening here, and what we're gonna see is this portion right here is gonna go right over top of where we took out our body mount bolt. Now, there's gonna be a flange that hangs down that's gonna drop down into here. Then there's also another location on the frame that has threaded holes that's gonna line up to this location here. So our factory body mount bolt is gonna go back up through here, and we're gonna hand tighten it just for right now. We're not gonna tighten it all the way, and we're gonna take this supplied bolt and go up through into the threaded hole in the frame. Let's go ahead and fit it into the front of the bumper. Okay, now here is our frame. This is the flange coming out where the body mount bolt was. That's what's gonna fit up into the bracket. And here is our other threaded hole. Let's go ahead and line this stuff up and put in the hardware. Again, just finger tight for right now. We still want to be able to adjust everything. Okay, now here is our bull bar. We're going to go ahead and slide it in place and fit it on top of the brackets. Now to do that, these slots right here on both sides, you want to kind of slide them over top of our recovery points. When we do that, this will actually kind of rest on top of the recovery points a little bit, but you don't want to just leave it there and walk off without holding it. But it will allow you to line these two holes up to the holes in the uprights. Then we can go ahead and fasten our hardware. So let's go ahead and set this in place. Okay, now here we are on the passenger side. You can see that the vertical bracket in the back is lined up to the hole on the bull bar. So what we can do is we can take a serrated flange nut and slide it back behind there and line it up. And then we can take one of our short M12 bolts, go through the front and get that lined up and started. Get that finger tight. Do that for all 4 bolts, the 2 on this side and the 2 on the opposite side before you tighten anything up, because that way we can then allow ourselves to adjust everything around and get it exactly where we want before we firm it all up. All right, repeat the same on the opposite side. All right, now we can go ahead and adjust it in place and then get it snugged down. We're gonna use an 18mm on the front bolts. Once it's all lined up where we want it, we'll go ahead and tighten it down. Now, as you're tightening these bolts, if you've got that serrated flange nut contacting the back, as you tighten that down, that serrated flange nut will bite in and hold still. But if you have a hard time getting it to hold still, you can also slide an 18mm wrench in the back and hold that flange nut in place. Okay, now that we've got the bull bar tightened to the upright bracket, we're gonna go back underneath the truck and tighten down the body mount bolt and our new bolt with an 18mm. All right, repeat the same on the opposite side. All right, now that we've got it tightened down to the frame, what we're gonna do is tighten down our 3 bolts that are going through our tow hook assembly, and we're gonna use a 17mm on the bolt side and an 18mm on the nut side. All right, now go ahead and repeat the same for the opposite side. Now go ahead and fine tune the installation with any necessary adjustments, and then you'll find these caps in your kit. Go ahead and plug the 4 holes with that. If you remove the air curtain, now's a good time to reinstall it. If you found this video helpful, make sure and give us a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the product, check the link in the description below. And as always, if you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online at RealTruck.com.